What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Lakita Moore, also known as ThatChickAngel, and better known as the wife of this guy beside me and the other host of this podcast. Marcus, tell him who you are, baby.
I am Marcus Tanksley, and she is also Angel Lakita Moore Tanksley.
I am.
Okay.
And he let me tell y'all.
Yeah.
Marcus.
You better put that Tanksley on there. You know how many people be proud to have it as a last name? Hey.
Is that right?
I'm sure. Also known as Marcus on the gram, also known as Tank.
I can hear our co-host.
He ain't gonna join us, y'all. We got somebody to keep him tame.
Yeah, praise God.
So unfortunately for y'all, fortunate for us.
Fortunate for us. Tell them about the podcast. Tell them
this podcast is about a little bit of everything, y'all. This is a weekly podcast. We do this. We talk about what we talk about. We talk about current events. We talk about family. We talk about friends. We talk about relationships, goals, each other's mamas. Whatever may come up.
We do that a lot. We do. We
talk about your mama.
Yeah, mama. Y'all don't be upset that y'all not getting tomorrow. We gonna have to be enough.
Y'all gonna be all right.
We gonna have to be enough today. God dang it, Amar be slowing everything down.
Yeah, y'all think it's entertaining. It's stressful for us.
For those of you all who don't know, we are currently talking to our Patreon. Our Patreon actually watches the show live every single time we shoot this. They join us. They are talking to us in the live chat. So what's really fun is that they can bring up things that we're not thinking about for our discussion. So that means our whole entire concept can completely shift because of them.
The whole conversation, depending on what one of these heifers say in these comments, they could completely switch the subject and whatever may come through. So make sure you come on over, join the Patreon.
It's at www.patreon.com/ThatChickAngel. So this podcast has been something that Marcus and I have done for 5 years now. We did it when our twins, who are now 6, were babies. And it's not ending anytime soon.
Nah.
But we are excited because we recently just had a conversation, actually extremely recent, about wanting to breathe some fresh life into this podcast. So I'm excited, hoping that if not this year, hopefully this year, but if not this year, in 2022, it's not going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be formatted differently, but we feel like we have more to offer when it comes to this podcast. I don't
know, you may see some changes more sooner than 2022.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we can't, you got a hair coming up, falling out your nose. If we can't, it'll definitely be in 2022. So, we're excited though to keep this party going. The way we usually do this podcast is we start off with a segment, and there's 2 options right now. We
got 2.
Tanksley Pride or In My Feelings. Which one do you want to do this podcast, babe?
Kind of want to do In My Feelings.
So In My Feelings is a segment that we do that we kind of just update our listeners on what's either got us feeling really good or got us feeling some type of way this week.
Which I'm pretty sure y'all may have covered some of it on Here's the Thing. What's got me in my feelings. I ain't said nothing publicly about my disgust over Georgia passing these laws. These as Stacey Abrams called it, Jim Crow 2.0.
Yeah.
Basically, if you don't know, Georgia, in a nutshell, they basically passed a bunch of laws to make it more difficult for black people to vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's voter suppression. They basically, I don't even know if it's all legal, but it's basically voter suppression.
It's amazing as the things that are legal.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Actually, it's not. It is amazing the things that are legal. It's not things that are legal. It's not surprising of what's legal. I'm not surprised by any of it, but basically they just made it extremely difficult. The state of Georgia flipped for the very first time in I don't know how long.
I think
blue
since the Civil War.
Yeah, probably since the Civil War, most likely. And because it flipped fair and square, basically the Republicans in that state were like, we got to keep this from ever happening again.
Mm-hmm.
If they're going to win this fair and square, then we're going to go back to doing stuff. I mean, they've always been doing stuff that shouldn't be done. But that's what's almost 30 years has been like that, y'all. It's really shows you how far this country has not come. Mm-hmm. Granted, we've come a long way, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
The fact that they still pulling crap like this, it's infuriating. I'm glad our people showed up. I know people that live in Atlanta, and they were just like, it's crazy out here. Like during when we were voting back in November, you know, the voting and everything, and they were confident. They were like, no, the people that I know that live there, they were like, oh no, we got this on lock. Mm-hmm. Like we ain't worried about nothing. If we wanted to swing this way or that way, we got us as minorities, we got the power to do so. But what's crazy, if enough minorities group together, you're no longer the minority.
Oh yeah, no.
And that's another problem. That's a whole nother podcast right there. But
it is a shame. It is a shame that that it's not. They'll try to say that it's something else, like, oh, we just want to make voting more secure. Keep the integrity of the vote, but at the end of the day, it's like, how is this fixing the integrity?
Yeah, it's not fixing the integrity.
People being able to get water when you know you have them in lines that are ridiculous. I mean, luckily,
only in specific areas, though.
Right. I mean, luckily, in my time of voting in Los Angeles, I can't say the same thing about Southern California. I mean, Orange County. In my time in Los Angeles, I have never had to wait in a long line to vote. Mm-hmm. Have you?
I wouldn't say not. It's been long. With some people may consider it long, but I think the longest I waited was like an hour. The absolute longest, and that's pushing it. It may have been like 45 minutes, but it wasn't like, oh my God, it was just, you know, it's people, we hear about stories, people get in line in the morning and they not getting out of, you know, they don't get to vote until 9-10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, no, never have I ever had to wait I've only had to wait over at 30 minutes to 30 minutes one time. Every other time,
your schedule is usually a lot more flexible too.
Yes.
Usually mine is right with everybody else, so I show up and I'm just like, all right, here we go. I'm just gonna wait in this line.
I mean, first of all,
and the lines move quick out here. But
voting should be dang near a national holiday to allow everyone to get to the voting stations without having to all come at the same dang on time, which is typically either early in the morning before work or in the evening after work. And then a lot of times they be having the polls close at like 6 and 7, which is just like, some people, I mean, luckily now in California, you don't have to vote. You can vote anywhere. But like, if you work somewhere far off and you live in a different place, imagine having to get cross town in traffic to get to your specific voting poll on time. Yeah,
not to mention how they were closing down poll stations just to make it more difficult.
Yeah,
it's like they you know, getting rid of 20 and 30 different poll stations, making it, and just having one, just so all those people can try to crowd to that one, trying to keep people from voting. But again, in California, like, luckily we don't have to do that. If you live in California, you can vote literally anywhere.
Yeah, which is great. I'm trying to think of what's got me in my feelings, because I don't want to give up.
Got me pissed off.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm trying to think of what's got me in my feelings. What's got me feeling some type of way. Or what's got me feeling good.
What's got you feeling good?
What's got me feeling good? That's such a crazy question. I don't know. I'm in such a, like, not indifferent place right now. I feel like I have so much stuff coming at me. You know what? What's got me feeling good is that I had a real moment this week where I was just like, and granted we're only on Tuesday, that I was like, I am a real businesswoman. Like, I'm over here having to
set up my email. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna do that today. Thank you. I am legitimately having to handle deals, make sure my contracts are right, making phone calls, dealing with vendors, like, even just leaving Kevin on Stage offices. I had to call Melissa and be like, "Yay, what's up? Make sure you send me the copy so that I can record the ads to go inside of the Bald and Beautiful podcast." And she was like, "Bet." And I was like, that was legitimate business that I just had.
It's hard to realize it when you're in the middle of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have those moments too. Just dealing y'all dealing with man shit right now. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff happening.
We really do, and I know y'all have heard us say this so many times, and it feels like BS when we say it so many times.
But
so
it's a lot right now. But even dealing with that, making sure orders get out, responding to people's emails. Again, her setting up. Y'all heard me say her set up my email. That's a whole nother thing that's coming down the pipeline, and it's just like. It's for real, like me hustling and doing all this stuff before I get on the road to go to work.
Yeah.
When I sit back and look at it, I'm like, we handling business right now.
Yes, we are. It's.
And you saying that got me really excited about the tour.
Really?
It's a roller coaster for me.
So for the
we're
gonna talk just a little bit about it. This will go inside in our feelings before we move on to the main portion of today's topic. So for those of y'all who don't know, I will be going on my first stand-up comedy tour ever. I've been on a speaking tour. I've never been on a stand-up comedy tour, but I'll be going on my first tour ever. I start in June. I'll be opening or hosting for Kev on Stage, his Slightly Problematic Take 2. It'll be me, To Hear More, and Kevin Fredericks. And I am nervous, but I also know I'm gonna kill it. So I'm nervous just because I know the process that I need to go through to get to now kill it. I'm also nervous because we were having a long conversation with Kev and Tony Baker. And Tony is typically who Kev has taken on tour about like all the mess they had gone through in their previous tours. So also remembering like there might be, when I think about the stage crew, when I think about the Angel Wings, I think about people that will encourage you, or in Tanks Riders, encourage you wherever you are, right? Not everybody who buys tickets are those people. Is what I have to remember. So like, I'm like, okay, I've got to remember that I also might have to really, and I don't mind the work part of it, like really work an audience to get them warmed up, because I want to make sure I set To Hear and Kevin up for a really good show, because they're doing a lot more time than me, and that takes a lot of energy. And if I don't set them up right, it's going to take them even more energy to get the audience on their side. So, I'm nervous and I'm excited. I'm really nervous about how cute I'm going to be looking, okay? Because I'm going to get my nails done, because y'all see these man hands, but I'm going to get them done before I go on tour so you can enjoy them. Get these nails done.
That's what usually happens. Angel gets real cute and waxed up every time she goes out of town. I'm like, who's this really for?
It's honestly for me, but I want you to be able to enjoy
she walk around here Bigfoot Yeti style.
Oh my gosh.
And all of a sudden she's like, hey, I'm going to go out of town. I better with a day and a half, 2 days. I'm like, why you always do it right before you leave and go somewhere?
But isn't it great?
Who are you going to see?
Myself.
Uh-huh.
But isn't it always great when I come back in town?
Mm-hmm. Is it great while you out of town?
What do you mean?
We gonna talk. It's a different show. I'm gonna put a pin in that.
But I'm getting a stylist for the show to style me, because I want to be looking my best every time I get in front of this new audience, because this might be the only time they see me live. No telling, because I don't know if I'm ever going to tour again. So I want to present myself in the best light, give the best material, so that whoever sees me becomes a lifelong fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I am excited and nervous. How are you feeling? I keep asking my husband, because I want to check. I'm always like wanting to check in with him, because like my husband wouldn't like it. Go ahead.
I'm excited for the growth that comes with it. Mm-hmm. And that's mainly what it is. It's like, all right, this is another step. Mm-hmm. Like another step up. It's granted, it's a lot of their followers and fans. Mm-hmm. So a lot of your followers and fans are gonna, see this tour, but there'll be a lot of new people exposed to it. Yeah. Even the whole thing of my nose is over here. Even the whole thing of just going on the tour and people are seeing you because most of these people, most have never seen you do stand-up.
No, definitely.
The only time most of these people have seen Angel do stand-up is on the Keep Your Distance.
And that's all old material.
Yeah, all old material. Angel been doing stand-up for a long time. And I will say this, which is not in favor of the tour. Angel's sets that are not clean are freaking hilarious. No. Like when Angel can cuss and do all that and be comfortable and not have to she don't have to struggle to be clean, but when she can just be her, which ain't clean, it is like she goes up carefree. I seen her rock I ain't gonna say where we was, because where we was freaking hilarious. But then people, like, I was about to tell Angel, I was about to signal her to stop because it was people in danger of losing their life. Oh. It was like, them people was like, yeah, like they looked like she was literally injuring people. It was a lady beside me and this dude in the same row. I said, they about to die. And I was slightly concerned, like, he's coughing. She can't catch her breath. And it was in stuff that she rehearsed. Angel was just freestyling. Like, this wasn't even written material.
It's fun to do. I love it. I love being able to play with people like that. And so I'm excited that I get to do it. Thank you. I appreciate that, babe. That made me feel really good. But I'm nervous.
But who you getting all cleaned up and waxed? We're gonna talk
for
about
myself. And I'm gonna be getting 29. In shape. So when I keep coming back in town, because I heard Kev puts us up in good hotels, so I think they all have gyms. Oh, I'm working out.
You're gonna be like, why are you buying all this new cologne every time I go out? And all these silk robes. And I'm being like, so I can feel good while you're gone.
That's what I'm not mad about it. And when
men don't think the same way.
When I come home,
you need to take your dirty drawers. No soap, just water.
Well, speaking of getting in shape, we want to go to our first sponsor, Bulldog Yoga. Also, you can find them at Bulldog Online. They are a company that is making yoga accessible to everyone of any lifestyle, of any size, of any level of expertise. Bulldog Yoga is an online platform that you can choose not only the intensity of the workout, you can also choose the length of the workout. And like I said, they have it for all levels. So for someone who's like a yogi, they have stuff for you where you can really push yourself and like grow as far as in your skill when it comes to yoga. And then they have things like beginner's yoga for somebody like my husband, who has always been a weight head. When he's gone into the gym, it was all about being...
We found that term offensive.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you like to be called? A weight enthusiast?
Yes.
His whole thing was about lifting the heaviest, building bulk. So going into something like yoga where you do get strength, but it's more about flexibility, breath, stability, very much so core related. It was something different for him. So go ahead and tell him about your experience.
Let me tell y'all what. As you get older and more mature and more wise, you realize how important your core is. From doing yoga, let me tell you, first of all, Bulldog Yoga will have you feeling extremely comfortable. Ain't nobody around watching you, judging you, and you in the comfort of your own home with the door closed and locked, and can't nobody barge in and look at you hitting positions that you may feel awkward in. Mm-hmm. All right. And that's the best part about it, is like it's a huge benefit to you. Like Katie, she is extremely thorough.
Katie is one of the instructors.
Sorry. Look, we on first name basis. Hit me up, Katie. But no, she explains it in a way. She has you go into positions, and they have people as examples so you can see what they're doing. You can mimic it. And she goes slow. She tells you how long to hold these positions, what all you should do. You feel 1,000 times better after the fact. Mm-hmm. And it's a world of difference. It's like right now I'm driving long distances and for a long time. Mm-hmm. And I feel so much better. Like, used to getting out of my truck, I would be in pain in my lower back, and just from sitting for so long, especially weeks at a time of doing this every single day. Now I don't feel that. Mm-hmm. I park, I hop out like, hey, let's get the day started.
You feeling youthful and got a little spring to your step. And Marcus is taking the beginning yoga series that it's for teens.
Beginners? No, hold on. It's for beginners, but it's good for teens and children as well.
Right.
Okay.
But you know what? He can take that class in the house and not be embarrassed by going into a class with a bunch of
flexible ass women.
No, or 7-year-olds.
And 7-year-olds.
Yeah,
that's flexible.
Right. Where's your mama at? Get up out of here. But yes, Bulldog Online is about making yoga fun. And streaming the online classes are available on demand. So anytime, any place on your schedule. So while I'm on tour, because I don't want to do cardio every single day or weightlifting every day, I can take the Bulldog online yoga with me and do it in my hotel room before a show, just to get myself centered, get my energy up and all of that. There are choices for all levels, from beginning classes to heart pumping workouts. Now, this is what we want you to do. Try your first 30 days for free. Y'all, free at bulldogonline.com. That's bulldogonline.com. Use the code ARGUE for an additional 50% off your first paid month. So I want y'all to understand this, okay? You can try it for free for a month. Off top. Then when you fall in love and are like, oh my God, I can do this. This is easy. I'm taking the 30-minute class. It's getting me going. It's getting me feeling good. You can keep your membership up and use the code ARGUE to get 50% off your first month.
Argue.
Again, that's bulldogonline.com, coupon code ARGUE.
Argue.
All right, so we're having some technical difficulties in the lag on our live, but I think we're back and running. So again, make sure you all check out our sponsor, bulldogonline.com, and use the promo code ARGUE to check them out. Okay, so anything else you wanted to say about the tour and all that?
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. Yeah, we'll save that for another time.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Look, your beard is it's shining, but it's really what do you call it? It's not that it's wild, but it's free today.
Is it?
Yeah, it's free. It's
wild. I'll brush it down a little bit.
No, I like it.
That's because I use my product man shit. That's MANSHYT. It does not have any wax in it. Mm-hmm. I don't like it feel personally. Some people like it to shape their beard. I don't do that. No, they look very shiny and they look healthy. The hairs look healthy. I was setting you up to tell them about man shit, y'all. That's my beard and body butter. You can go to manshit.com. It's 100% natural. I make it myself. It's actually sold out currently. Yeah, it's actually sold out. So just hold off, y'all. I was about to say, I was like, you might want to tell them that it's sold out. Okay, so today's topic is Marcus and I just yesterday, y'all, meaning Monday, because today's Tuesday when we're filming this live, we got our first vaccine shot. Yes. For not the flu, but for COVID-19. So we've actually had a conversation about, we've said it on this podcast that we weren't getting the vaccine anytime soon. So first let's start with how the heck we got to this so quickly. Yeah, before, if anybody knows us, has been watching us, you know that we were both like, absolutely not. Yeah. Ain't no way in the HELL hockey sticks. Mm-hmm. Double hockey sticks. Yeah, it's either double L or double hockey sticks. Yeah, I said both. Yeah, I was trying to pull a Carlton. I don't remember what it said. That we getting this vaccine because it's too soon. Is this? Is that? Of course, that's going off the assumption of seeing everything happen. No research. Or at least not enough research. Mm-hmm. So back when I had COVID, yes, I had COVID back in around the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. Toward the end of that, I ended up calling my cousin and talking to her, who's a medical professional. She does a ton of research. She knows about all these things. So I was like, let me talk to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. So after talking to her and her explaining how they came up with the vaccine, the history of the vaccine, history of the disease itself, and all these other things, we went real deep, y'all. We went to the Tuskegee experiment. We went all over the place. Mm-hmm. And after talking to her, I was like, it's starting to make a whole lot of sense to get this vaccine. After coming, she came to me completely unbiased, just giving me all facts. I never asked her professional opinion, only her personal. And after talking to her, I told Angel, I'm like, hey, I'm not nearly as a strong no as I was. I wasn't at 100% yes as of yet.
Yeah.
But then I was no longer a nope, never, not gonna happen. I was more so of, you know what, let me look into this because this is probably a possibility. And then Angel.
So first things first was me agreeing to do this tour. That automatically put, me having to do this vaccine might get pushed up. I mean, there's already the fear that I have of bringing anything back into this house.
We got a lot of people in Patreon that's got this vaccine.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people. So they've been educating themselves and figuring out what they want to do. So once I agreed, now let me be completely honest. This is kind of backtracking. When Kevin asked me to go on tour with him, I said yes with the expectation that the tour was going to get canceled again.
She really did.
I was
said, ain't gonna be that ain't gonna be open by then.
I was like, the tour is not happening. But sure, yeah, I'll do the tour, Kevin, whatever. I'm down for whatever, friend, brother. And I slowly started to realize, like, oh hell, this tour could really pop. He started sending me the dates that started getting planned, and I was like,
I said, how you go from retiring from stand-up to going on tour?
I literally said yes, because I didn't think it was going to happen, like, at all. So once it started to seem real, like, okay, this is going to happen, I still was contemplating not getting the vaccine. I was like, I've had enough family members that have traveled and friends prior to the vaccine that have been COVID negative, meaning they've gotten tested, so they actually know, like, if the test was accurate. Obviously, we don't know if that's the case, but they had no symptoms, nothing like that. So I was like, I could potentially travel, we all know that this virus isn't like the boogie monster. We know how it is passed. As long as I am wearing a mask and potentially wearing like some sort of eye covering and washing my hands, I will not get the virus. And I was thinking, if I do this tour,
be diligent about it.
Yeah, be very diligent. Do this tour. I go do my 10 minutes up top. I go back to the green room with my mask on, come back out, introduce Kevin, go back to the green room, close out the show. I don't know. Kevin might close it. I don't know if I have to say anything at the end, and then go back to my hotel. I can avoid getting COVID doing it that way.
Which is extremely difficult. Being out at risk every single day. Like I said, I never stopped going to work the entire year last year, and it ended up sneaking up on me at the very end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm extremely diligent.
And so I was having conversations with the Nora. I was like, I might, because I also was like, but I didn't know. We're in California, which is in Los Angeles, California, which is a liberal city. So most liberal cities, people are wearing their masks, while people are still like meeting in small groups. Like, we hang around Kev and his family a lot without mask on. It's not like you about to go into a club like you can in more conservative places, and there be 100 people just dancing packed and sweating across each other. So my assumption, my whole thing was, I don't know what it's going to be like once I get to these other states,
right? Where
it's just like, oh, we land in a place like Texas, and I'm greeted with people just talking to me. I was like, okay, now you're assuming every place is like California.
Yeah, and it's not. I've known some places. I've heard of places. I know people that's traveling around dealing with work, and there's some cities that never shut down. They never started wearing masks. They still not wearing masks. And like, what?
Right.
Like, they'll get off the plane and look around, and people are looking at them like, why do you have it on?
Yeah, you over here looking foolish.
Because the world's ending, fool.
Right.
Well, go ahead.
No. So that's what started me starting to process, Angel, you're not just going to another version of Los Angeles. You're going to where you have no idea. Mm-hmm. We haven't traveled. Neither one of us have traveled during this pandemic. We only know what we are exposed to here and kind of what we see on the news. But even that seems kind of far-fetched because we're not in it. We don't see those circumstances.
Yeah, and then Angel, she interviewed a doctor.
Which I'll be putting up on our new YouTube channel, hopefully this week.
So she was able to get, and she was actually doing an actual interview to where I was just, talking just comfortably with my cousin. But Angel actually had like prepared questions and had an interview with this doctor. And that doctor was able to give Angel, shine a whole lot of light on things, just answer a lot of questions. She was able to basically, the things that we've been looking up and researching, like she could tell us, okay, this is actually what it is. Mm-hmm. Again, speaking to someone that's coming from truth and research and facts and not, oh, this is good or this is bad. It's just like, no, it is what it is. Like, what is it?
Right.
Pros and cons.
We'll continue the conversation. Let me move to our next sponsor because I do have some other stuff I want to say about the vaccine. Our next sponsor is MonkPack. And we're not new to them. We are true to them. And we want you all to get to know them. MonkPack is a wonderful way to be able to fill up your belly without a bunch of nasty mess. Okay? It's in a way to do it in a healthy way. So MonkPack keto nut and seed bars contain 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and they're only 150 calories. These are the type of things that I'm going to be traveling with when I go on tour, so that I'm not over here eating chips and a bunch of stuff that I don't want to have in my body, because I'm going to be snatched. Okay, that is what my aim is to be snatched.
Don't finish them all in one setting.
And like yourself.
Yeah. I tear through a box of MonkPack. Yeah.
They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle and the perfect snack for anyone who is trying to eat better and cut back on sugar carbs without sacrificing the taste. I don't do keto. That's not my jam. But I am very conscious about the amount of carbs I'm intaking, especially sugar. I bloat very easily. So that's why people always assume that I am pregnant, because if I eat something that I'm not eat something, when I say not supposed to have, I don't like to label food like that, but if I am eating something that is high in like sugar intake or carb, my stomach just starts to protrude out. Well, I can eat something like MonkPack and not have that issue, but also not have the issue of it not tasting good, because MonkPack is delicious. They have the perfect balance of sweet and salty, a crunch from whole nuts and seeds, but they still manage to be soft and chewy. They come in delicious flavors like caramel sea salt dark chocolate, and peanut butter chocolate. I love the peanut butter dark chocolate. I love the combination of the two. I'm the type of person that likes a good Reese cup. So I'm able to do that without eating a Reese cup. I get the mixture of both. Marcus will eat whatever they put in front of him. Yeah. And that is the problem.
I have not had one that I prefer over the other. I'm going to eat them all.
They're perfect for a quick snack to satisfy your sweet tooth without guilt. Enjoy Monkpack's nut and seed bar as a quick breakfast while running errands or even after workout. And like I said, they will be in my carry-on bag. Thank you very much. In addition to being keto-friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, plant-based, non-GMO, no soy, trans fats, sugar alcohols, or artificial flavors. All right. And not only that, you don't have to go to the grocery store to get them. They are delivered to you. You order them online and they come right to your door. So this is what we want you to do. Try it for yourself and you'll see. We have a special deal for our listeners. Get 20% off your first purchase of any MonkPack product by visiting monkpack.com and entering the code ARGUE at checkout. And MonkPack is so confident in their product, it's backed with 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like them for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money with whichever you prefer. To get started, just go to monkpack.com. That's MUNKPACK.com and select any product. Then enter the code ARGUE at checkout to save 20% off your purchase. MonkPack, delicious, nutritious food you can count on, and we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. Okay, so I know I've mentioned this before, but I will mention it again. Marcus and I, we're not anti-vaxxers, but we are definitely not fully trusting of the medical industry.
Absolutely not.
In total.
So yeah, it's one of those things like, all right, they got to get this vaccine, that vaccine. Tell me exactly what this vaccine is and why they need it.
Right.
Make me believe that this is needed.
Right. We definitely, like everybody knows, the pharmaceutical industry, the medical industry has really tainted their relationship with people of color.
Absolutely.
Specifically. They have lost my trust in many ways. However, I am not going to purposefully put myself in harm's way just because I don't fully trust them. I am going to try to find someone that I can find trustworthy, that I would hope would give it to me real. And that's one thing that I do implore Black people especially is, while we have every right to be like, what y'all talk, what's the real deal? Because y'all like to lie and say things, and then we find out 10 years later that it was all a scam and y'all were actually trying to, take us out, right? But with all that said, we have to be really careful at who we allow to feed us information.
Yeah.
Because there are people that will take us to a whole nother stratosphere of even possibilities that are not, they're baseless.
Yeah.
So while I know the young doctor that I talked to, she's not the end all and begin all. There could be things that she doesn't know fully, but the reason I would trust her over even one of my friends that's not in the medical industry, is because I don't know how it could potentially benefit her to have other Black people put in a compromised situation, right? Like, how does it, like, because she's also a Black woman, her mother's a Black woman, if her dad, whoever is in her family, they're also Black people as well. So how would it benefit her to put them in harm's way?
Right.
So there's something at stake for her that makes me say, and then she's also knowledgeable. This is a woman who's been through medical school, who can actually look at, you could give me the findings from the trials they did, and I probably wouldn't understand 75% of it.
Yeah, that's my cousin. She broke down like the amount of trials that they had, the length of time that everything ran, the amount of Black people. Everything that she gave me was geared toward Black people and only Black people. Mm-hmm. And then she talked about, just in her industry and her colleagues, everybody that she's around, and their thoughts on it. And she's went to these meetings. There's this, I don't know exactly what it's called, but there's like coalition of Black medical professionals. So she researched their research and the stuff that they were putting out, because they all kind of come together. Like, even Black medical people know, like, we don't always trust the medical industry, so let's figure out exactly what's going on. So after getting all of that information, that's how we ended up where we were, and where we ended up with the shot, because Angel was like, do you want to do this? And literally my answer was
tell them.
My mama's had the shot. My brother and sister both had their shot, first shot. My mom's is fully vaccinated now. My cousin, who I talked to, she's had hers, and other family members. I said, well, if this thing goes south and we all gonna go south together, I might as well go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
That was my logic behind it.
We all gonna go out together if this is all scam. We're all gonna experience
Ain't no point in me being the last one and only one here.
Yeah. I definitely, the way I have as an adult decided to take on my health is that me and my doctor or my physician or whatever medical person I am like working with, this is a collaboration when it comes to my health. It is not you speak down the things I have to do and then I just accept them. Mm-hmm. It is very much so, we need to have a conversation. You need to help me in an intelligent way understand the thing that you're asking me to do. And if I can't make 1 + 1 = 2, then I'll be like, I'll hold off. And so the doctor, her last name is James, and I'm for some reason blanking on her first name. what she really did was make a whole bunch of 1 + 1 = 2. And like you said, which also made me feel good, is that when I went onto her Instagram page, she is talking about the medical industry like a dog.
Yeah.
In the systemic racism that exists in the medical industry. So it also let me know that she's not blind to it just because she's inside of it.
Yeah. And that's what made my talking to my cousin made me feel, because she was telling me stuff and gave me books and stuff to read that I had no idea. When I brought up the Tuskegee experiments, which all black people know about that. When I tell you she named off like 10 or 11 more things just like that, or a lot of them were even worse. She went down the list of this and this and this. Told me about this book called Medical Apartheid. Y'all. So I'm like, if somebody like that can give me these reasons to get this vaccine, and I'm like, all right, at this point it'd be kind of foolish of me not to, because I've had COVID, and I'm not trying to go through that. Anything like that or something worse, because what I had, I don't want to go through again, and it was mild compared to what a lot of people have been through. Absolutely.
So far, like we said, I got Pfizer, and I purposefully was hoping to get Pfizer because my mother and my biological father both had Pfizer, and they both had no side effects. I think my mother her arm might have been sore, and as you all know, they don't really know. They know the range of side effects. They don't know who will have what side effects.
Right.
One of the things that she did, the doctor cautioned, is that if you're somebody who has a lot of food allergies, I'm talking about a lot, like where you got to carry an EpiPen because you could go into anaphylactic shock, she was like, you might want to talk to your doctor before getting it, because that is where these clinical trials didn't really get to cover. It didn't get to cover those people. It covered more of the average person that might, you might have hay fever, you might have asthma, but if you're one of those people that is just like, oh my God, does this have dairy in it? Because if so, I'm going to pass out in the next, 10 seconds or whatever. So, I was hoping to get Pfizer, and the Lord was, he was on my side. I got Pfizer. Marcus, he got Moderna, which is also the same as that his mother received.
My cousin, medical professional that I talked to, and my brother and sister both had Pfizer.
So knowing that I couldn't, honest to God, control it, but even with my mother's second shot and my father's second shot, they were they were completely fine. There was no took me a day to get back on my feet. So I was like, because I can understand anyone's. Marcus, tell them how you felt about taking the shot afterwards. Tell them your honest to God feelings.
While getting the shot?
Did in the shot and afterwards. Your mental.
Oh, my mental. Before getting the shot, I was a little anxious.
It seemed like you were anxious after the shot too.
I was paranoid after the shot.
I was about to say.
Just because just replaying everything, basically all the negatives. Because I'm like, all right, we go in here, we get this shot. Let's say I have a bad reaction to this thing. This physician's assistant who's focused on giving these other people shots, what's he about to do? Let's say I start seizing up and foaming at the mouth. What are they going to do for real?
They going to give you that epi.
He wasn't paying attention to me. I was over here shopping for plantain chips. So yeah, I was a little anxious and paranoid after the fact, and then it probably for a couple of hours. And then after that, it was fine. I was like, I'll be all right. It still crossed my mind every now and then.
Yeah.
My shoulder got extremely sore. Literally out within hours. I was driving to work. And my shoulder, it felt really bruised. By the time I got to work, it was hurting. And last night, I couldn't sleep on that side. This morning it feels a whole lot better. But I found out, my mom said I should have been rotating and exercising my arm. So my initial thought, unless I've been working out or something sore, to leave it alone, let it get better. But basically I needed to work through that and loosen everything up.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a lot better now.
You all will see it in a vlog, but I'm going to set up for you what happened yesterday really quickly. So I scheduled our appointments on the same day. And then I know in a lot of cities, it's easy to get the vaccine. Not here in the state of California. We still haven't rolled it out to everybody, which is understandable. They want to get the first responders, those people who are on the front line, as well as essential workers.
That's me, y'all. I don't know how Angel got it. She ain't essential.
The elderly, the people who have pre-existing conditions. So I got us appointments through CVS. There are actually no appointments in the city of Los Angeles available. They get snatched up really quickly. Not through CVS. There was another pharmacy that I could have made an appointment at, but they only had the Moderna, and like I said, I wanted a chance to get Pfizer. So we had to travel about 20 minutes north to get the shot. Now, the place 20 minutes north, there were multiple CVS's that had the shot.
I was going to say, your place was 20 minutes north. Mine seemed like it was another 20 minutes.
Yes, Marcus was more like 40 minutes north. So we get to my place hoping, okay, Shantae, I'm a pop you when I see you. Shantae said I got it because I'm elderly. I'm a part of the elderly. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to come.
Don't do her.
I'm going to come to, listen, once they open up the border for me, baby, I'm going to quarantine for 2 weeks where you at. And then I'm going to come and fight you. So we get to my place hoping that, even though our times were spread out, that we could both get the shot. They can't find his name. So I said, look at your appointment, Marcus, and see if it has the same address. Because I didn't get sent the appointment. It went straight to him.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it doesn't. Well, it's important for him to go ahead and get the shot because he's got to go to work.
Right.
So
originally we were going to drive separately, and I thought we were driving together because I automatically assumed it's at the same spot. I got to swing back by the house anyway on my way to work, so might as well just ride together.
And I was like,
but we rode separately. I would have just put in that address and drove. And be like, where are you at? Oh, I'm here. It wouldn't have been no thing.
Well, that's not what happened. So I took him to get his shot. Had to wait in the car with the kids. And then I had to drive him back. Then I had to drive back up there. Yeah,
so we get to the first spot. Name's not on there. We drove just as long to get to the second spot, which was my spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it was like 20 minutes to get to that one. It was another 20 minutes to get to mine. Had to wait. Then we had to drive all the way back home. I jump in the truck, get ready. I rush out to work, and then she had to go all the way back up,
using up all my good gas. They couldn't find me at my appointment.
It was Arco.
I was like, gas. I was so upset. You're right. It was Arco, but it is good gas. I was so mad. I was so upset because it ate up all my day. And I said, let me tell you what, if I go into anaphylactic shock and he is not here to pick me up off the ground, I'm going to be so mad. But I'll tell you the rest and what my experience was like. You'll also get to see it in the vlog. But we have a sponsor that I have been waiting for us to do. All the other podcasts have got to do this, and I have been waiting. You all might not know what I'm talking about, but I'm about to tell you. It is Song Finch. Okay, let me tell y'all. Y'all know Angel is a bit much, okay? You know that I am...
Extra.
And y'all know that I have created multiple songs for my husband, if you've been following me a while, for Father's Day to show him my love and appreciation. We typically write a song to a track that people already know. I get the kids on there. We recorded music video. I love to show my love in that way, and I want it to be shown to me in that way as well.
Yeah. So Angel, she likes all that. She wants somebody to pull out their creativity and write a song. I am not capable of writing actually, maybe I could. I don't know. But, so she's giving me these songs, which I halted her from doing because it was way too emotional.
It made you too emotional.
It was way too emotional. However, our sponsor, Songfinch, allows you to do just that.
Yes, it does. And we're going to share about 15 seconds. I haven't heard the song yet. I have been waiting. He filled out everything. He did it all by himself. I'm so excited. I want to give y'all a couple more details before you all get to see my reaction to the song. And you're only going to get to see 15 to 30 seconds. On our vlog, you'll see the whole thing. Just FYI. But, with Songfinch, you can create a personalized radio quality song full of details about your life. The song is created and delivered in about 7 days. You simply share a few details about your life, your relationship, or special memories, and a hand-picked professional artist will turn it into a song that can be treasured forever. Perfect for a birthday gift, anniversary, newborn, wedding. And You don't have to worry about giving out gifts because it's like the gift that you can give out is digital. It's so good, especially because of COVID. You ain't got something to give out. You select the style of music you want from acoustic pop to country to R&B to funk, whatever the mood is. You wanna, if you want it slow or romantic or fun and lighthearted. You can select the artist you want, or we'll personally pair you with one of the over 500 professional musicians. Did you select someone, or you let them pair you?
I let them pair me.
Okay. Our professional artists have been seen on hit shows like Songland and The Voice.
Actually, I take that back. I was able to go through the catalog and get samples from there and stuff.
Oh, and you based it off the sample.
I based it off that.
Okay, the songs are $249, but this week they are $50 off, bringing them to $199. With the code ARGUE. You save another $20. Okay, so that's a total of $70 off the perfect gift. Just $179 for the gift that they will treasure forever. So the Mother's Day is going to be coming up in a little bit over a month. You can use it for that. Birthdays, just because, like, you know how people get flowers just because. This would be a great just because gift. Okay, I am ready.
Ready? Here's the song, y'all. This is what I
so ready.
Let's see.
Is it turned up?
Yeah.
Press play again.
Just a college girl then, when you caught my eye, you were taken and I was way too single guy. What little flirts we were then, without a care at all. But it took some years for our love to come. Long distance couldn't stop us from our true destiny.
Sure couldn't.
We be together, bro.
That's all you getting, y'all. That's all y'all getting.
I want to hear the hook.
I think we went past the 15 seconds.
No, give them 15 more.
Y'all want 15 more?
Give them 15
all
more.
Right.
Always start a family with you by my side is where I wanna be. Tell me the story of our love.
That's all the title. Story of our love. I love it. Hey.
My angel sent from above.
I can do a little soul twerk to that. Tell me the story of our love.
Anyway, so you can do edits, like if you get the copy back, depending on what it is, they may charge you for those edits because it's like, as you see, somebody put a lot of time into that.
A lot of time.
But it's dope.
I can't wait to hear the rest of the song. You just have to follow me on my vlog, Patreon. I'm gonna let y'all hear the rest as we close out this podcast. Thank you. So y'all check out Songfinch. Oh my gosh. Let me tell you the rest. I forgot there's a second page to this. Visit songfinch.com and use the code ARGUE for an additional 20% off. Again, Songfinch is offering $20 off all personalized songs at songfinch.com with the code ARGUE. That is Songfinch, SONGFINCH.com, and use the code ARGUE. That's ARGUE. Yay! Oh, you guys. This is great. I can't wait to listen to the rest. Tell me the story of our love. Okay.
There's more verses, y'all.
The Patreon will get to hear it. Everybody else is gonna have to wait until I get the vlog up, which you just gonna have to wait. So I did get the vaccine. It didn't hurt. It happened quickly. I had a black nurse that administered it. It felt like I was in the storage room of CVS. However, it was just like, there's a lot of boxes in here.
Oh no, I was in the middle. I was in aisle 5 of CVS. Literally.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is what we're gonna do. Today I'm a little bit sore, but that's it. There's nothing. I've had when I was pregnant, I had vaccines that tore my arm up.
Yeah, for those that are afraid of needles, when I tell y'all I did not feel the shot at all. Mm-hmm. I feel the alcohol swab and I felt him like press on my shoulder, and that was it. Like I had to look over to see if he done it. I saw him throw the thing in the trash. I'm like, oh, you done already. Needles don't bother me, but I know people that needles do bother. And I'm telling you, like I talked to my mom, same thing. Did you feel it? Did you feel the shot?
Oh no, it was like bloop, it barely. It wasn't. There was no pinch. She got that
no
good
pinch,
fat in
no
my
sting,
arm.
nothing. So if that's what you're worried about, don't be nervous about that part. This is the soreness. They say when I talk to my cousin, and I think yours may have confirmed that too. Most people, if they get any reaction, like as far as feeling sick or ill, usually that comes with the booster shot, the second shot.
Yeah.
And even our times, I think I have to wait.
Moderna takes longer before you get the
second. It's like 2 or 3 days longer.
Yeah. No, I think it's a whole week. I wait 21, you wait 28.
Yeah, something like that. But what was I gonna say?
I don't know, baby.
I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah, you can shit, I don't know.
I know. Hold on, let me get it. Boop.
That's because I had COVID. That's brain fog, y'all.
Now I have 4 kids, and that's baby fog.
Hey, people do that every day.
Baby brain.
All right. COVID been around for a year.
And it sounds like people are doing that every day too.
COVID?
Yeah.
They are now, but not. Yes. They ain't been doing it for thousands of years.
No, but I'm not worried. I understand we don't know what'll happen in 10. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no. So if you do get any reaction, they say it'll probably be the booster shot. My mom, she wasn't feeling good for like a day. She got like cold chills. Wasn't feeling all like 100%. But she got home, she drank some hot tea, took a nap, and literally woke up feeling 100% fine. But yeah, so that's expected anytime you do. Here y'all go. You happy?
For those of you all who aren't watching, I just brought in our third host, Amar, who only wants me because I have boobs. But my husband has to get on the road here soon. Oh, what you have? Has to get on the road here soon, so we're going to close out the podcast. But let us know in the comments if you got the vaccine.
Guess how many people you need to get to 100,000.
Oh, I know. It's less than 500. Please believe I didn't it's actually less than 500. So, yeah. Hold on, Amar. Jesus.
Oh, you can see it right there. I covered my phone. like she ain't looking at a bigger version of what I'm looking at.
You know, right here, I got it in 2 different places. Oh, let me turn all the way backwards. So, you guys, let us know if you got the vaccine, how your symptoms were, if you had any side effects. If you're not getting the vaccine, if you don't mind, share with us why. If you're on the fence, let us know that too. You can watch this podcast on my YouTube channel, which is inching closely to 100,000 subscribers. We're going to celebrate. When we celebrate, we will launch our second channel. Yeah. Which is where you'll be able to catch a lot of Marcus's content.
A lot of my stuff, a lot of the random sketches we do. You probably see a lot more sketches coming up with that. It's going to be dope, y'all.
So you all can check us out over there as well.
Make sure y'all go over and get us to 100,000.
Yes, I want 100,000 all across the board, everywhere. 100K. Again, a special thank you to our sponsors today, Bulldog Online, Monk Pack, and Songfinch. Please check them out. When you support our sponsors, you are supporting us.
Absolutely.
Again,
our immediate family.
Y'all came through.
All in the building.
Per usual, you're great people. We love you. I can't wait to meet some of you all as I go on the road. I will have tour merch. I saw a lot of y'all put that in the comments. I'm going to figure out what it's going to be and how to get it popping. But there will be tour merch. So get ready. All right. Without further ado.
Y'all have a good one, fam.
Bye.
That chick angel.